Marriage Clinic TV.
Hi viewers, welcome to another edition of Marriage Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Marlai Han. Hopefully, thank you so much for joining me today on this edition of Marriage Clinic Live. And happy weekend, happy Sunday to each and every one of us. It's been a beautiful day so far. We want to thank God for life, for health, for vitality, and I celebrate all our followers, all our viewers on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook group page. I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you. So good news, we got a good news during the week from YouTube, and they let us know that from a few weeks from now, maybe 1 or 2 weeks from now, all our videos will automatically be translated to different languages based on the country you are viewing from. Ooh, I was so excited when I got that email. So whichever country you are situated in, even if you don't understand English, what we are saying in English, it will be translated for you in your country's language, which is very, very good. That means that we'll be reaching more people. I believe that what we are doing here is so significant and it's so important. It might look insignificant, it might look like it's little, but I tell you, it's making impact. The fact that we are churning out information, we are enlightening people, we are putting knowledge out there, is helping a lot of people to think and to have a rethink. Because the honest truth is that some people, they just take whatever they hear, hook, line and sinker. They just swallow it without thinking through it and asking questions and questioning what they have been told, about marriage or about relationship, about parenting, about raising kids, about, staying in marriage and having successful marriages. So many a times our post provokes you to think. It creates real life scenario, and I mean things that people are going through, and you will be able to relate with it in some way or the other, and you'll be able to think through these things that, oh, if this happened to me, or I have been in this shoe before, and you'll be able to think through and offer solutions to others who may be going through that in itself is impacting life. And our videos as well, they are very enlightening, very educative. We have tons, and I mean hundreds of videos out there on our YouTube channel, Marriage Clinic TV. You can look at our videos, even our previous videos that we have done in the past, and I tell you, you're going to learn a lot from it. So today I would like to look at a topic that I have titled What You Need to Know as a Man Before You Go Into Marriage. What you need to know and understand as a man before going into marriage. Now I want you to know that marriage you are thinking about, that you are going into, comes with a lot of responsibility. I mean, it's very demanding. It comes with a lot of responsibility. So it's not something you can just go into without sitting down to count the cost, or without sitting down, and thinking through, some of the things you will be faced with, or some of the things you will face once you sign up for marriage. So what are the things men need to know? I'm still going to talk about what the things women need to know as well in a separate video, so that we are knowledgeable. We can think through these things and ask ourselves critical questions if we are truly ready for marriage. So I want you to know that woman you are about to get married to, or that woman you are looking forward to marrying, was raised by another man, and she would definitely have a different upbringing from you. Her background is very different from yours, and if you guys have similarities, you would also know. But I want you to know that she was trained by another man. She wasn't trained by you. She was trained by her parent, by another man and another woman. She was under the care of another man before you approach her for marriage. So I want you to know that if you are going to take her away from the care of her father, then one thing a man should know before going into marriage is that you should be ready to be a father or a father figure to your wife. You should be ready to be a father figure to your wife. I notice that some men don't like to hear this. As a matter of fact, when I tell them that you have to be a father figure to her by leading, leading by examples. You have to be an example. You have to be a true leader to her. You must lead by example. If you must be a father figure to her, then the same way her father will train her, retrain her, nurture her, work with her patiently until he sees that she matures. That's the same way you must be willing, you must be ready to nurture your wife, work with her, train her, retrain and retrain. I tell you, will keep retraining until she suits you or suits your purpose perfectly. You cannot be tired of training and retraining your wife. Yes, our parents have done their own training, but I tell you, there will be some things you like or you really want from a wife that she may not, take to heart, or she may not see it as, important. But you are the one to sit her down, to communicate it to her, to teach her, to train her, to help her evolve into that person you want her to be. So rather than sitting down there complaining about how she lacks home training, she doesn't know how to greet, she doesn't know how to do this, she doesn't know how to do that. See, it is always good you find out what she knows how to do, or what she can do, what she cannot do. And now that you are in the marriage and you see that she cannot do some certain things, then it's time for you to wear the teacher heart. The teacher heart, that our father will wear. Because as a father, I remember when I was growing up, when I don't know some things, my dad would say, bring your book. Let me show you how to go about it. Let me teach you. He will train us. He will talk to us. That's the same thing a husband should be doing. So when your wife seems like she's inexperienced, she's inexposed in some certain area of life, and you want her to be up to standard or up to par with you, then please be ready and be willing to train. Be ready to teach. Be ready to impact knowledge. It's part of it. If you are not ready to take on that responsibility, of being a father figure, a teacher, a trainer to your wife, and even to your children, then maybe you are not ready for marriage. So all these complaints of, she doesn't know how to greet, she doesn't greet me. Excuse me, young man, why not teach her or lead by example? She's not greeting you. You greet her. Hello my baby, hello daughter, hello my baby, hello darling, hello my wife. How are you doing this morning? Oh, you've not even greeted me, your husband. Have you asked how I'm doing? Like that. By the time you keep doing it, she will get used to the father. You like greetings early in the morning. You like greetings. So impact the knowledge, train. Another thing you need to know as a man before going into marriage is that for every sex you have, just know that you are invariably telling God that you are ready to take on responsibility of children. Because see, when you go into the marriage and you start having intercourse, children are bound to start coming. And when those children come, are you ready to take the responsibility, the financial responsibility, psychological responsibility, emotional support, everything, care that is needed to bring up those children? Because you have to nurture them as well. The same way you are nurturing your wife, you have to nurture your kids as well. You have to guide them. You have to direct their energies. You have to, show them the path, train them as well, train them in the way they should go, guide them in what they do. You have to teach them as well, impart knowledge, impart values. You will have to do a lot. And that is why, as a man that is planning to go into marriage, I would expect that what you are doing is equipping yourself? How many books have you read? How many knowledge have you gathered on parenting, on even loving your spouse, how to build a successful marriage, how to build a successful home? How much have you equipped yourself? And how much of this knowledge are you putting into use? Because some people will gather knowledge, acquire knowledge, but they don't use it. And any knowledge you don't use will not convert for you. It won't convert into profit. It won't convert into gain. So you must use it. Don't just be gathering the knowledge or be hearing the things or be watching the videos, but put it to use, put it to practice, because it is when you put it into practice that it will convert to success for you. It will convert to profit for you. It will convert to gain, and it will convert to every blissful thing you want to experience in your marriage. So it is when you do, when you put it into practice. So when you're having sex, you're really telling God, I'm ready to take care of babies, I'm ready to raise babies, because we have quite a number of men out there that are just like sperm donor. They just want to impregnate a woman, and when it comes to taking the responsibility of the care of the child that woman has brought forth to life, you will not see them. It's like they are no longer there. They are taken away from the child, and it shouldn't be like that. So if you know how to have sex, then you as a man must know how to take responsibility, how to care for the child, how to fend for the child, how to fend for your wife. Before going into marriage, please have it at the back of your mind that you must fend for your wife and for your children. It is your responsibility. That's one of the things you also need to know before going into marriage, that your wife, your kids are your responsibility. They are your responsibility first and foremost. Now, it is when you have this understanding that you will be able to put yourself together, put yourself into use, apply yourself to make sure that you are earning, to make sure that you are doing things that can help you to earn, to take care of your family, to take care of your home, to take care of your children. They are your responsibility. You must fend for them. You must provide for them. Then if your wife is going to do anything in addition, it's going to be like an added value. It's going to be like an add-on, like a surplus, an addition. But you should not make it a responsibility to provide for the home, except if something has gone wrong. Perhaps you lost your job, or maybe health has failed you, or something happened. That is when she can step in temporarily as a support or a pillar in that area, pending the time you will stabilize and find your foot again. But you should not be relaxed and say, oh, let her continue to do it. That would be very wrong, and it at some point it will become too burdensome for her. She will become overwhelmed, and before you know it, she won't be happy in the marriage. So the way God designed it that the man should take responsibility for his wife and for his children. You should take on that responsibility. It's your duty to provide feeding, to provide food, to provide security for your wife, for your children, to provide care for them. So you must be ready to do all of these things. I see quite a number of men going into marriage that all they are ready for, all they are ready to do is to have sex. I will show them that I'm ọkùnrin mẹ́ta. All they are ready for is they want to have intercourse. They are that is the one they are eager for, but they are not eager to take the responsibility when the children start coming. Even the wife that they are riding, that they are having sex with, they are not ready to take care of that wife as well, which is not good. You must be willing to care for this wife and for your children. They are your responsibility. So don't just go into marriage thinking of all the benefits, all the gains alone. Oh, I'm thinking of how I'll be having sex anyhow. How a woman will be cooking for me, eating free food. While you are thinking of the benefits, please also use another part of your brain to think about the responsibilities because all these benefits you see, there is a cost to it. Someone is making it happen, that's why you are benefiting it, and so you must also do something, to reward the person bringing those benefits to you. And and that's why my husband would say that it is natural that when someone cares for you, that you reciprocate their care, by meeting their needs, which is true. And that is why many a times, it's difficult for me sometimes to turn my husband down, or to not care for him, or to not care about him. Why? Because he cares so much, and I mean so much, about me, for my kids, for every one of us, that when I think about it, I'm like, okay, so a man that is doing all of this, then you should be able to serve him. You should be able, to reciprocate. And that's why I don't withhold anything. Even when I'm tired, in that tiredness, I will fashion a way out, to make sure that his needs are met. Why? Because he has proven time and time again that he is a true leader, that he is a real man, he is a real husband, he is a caring and a responsible man. And that is why, as a wife as well, when you have a good man, please take care of him. You don't take such a man for granted. You don't take such a man for a ride. You should not be careless with such a man. Make sure you are there for them. Make sure you are meeting, their needs. This is very important. So that is just by the way. So another thing I want the men to know before going into marriage is that woman you are about to marry, she didn't fall from a tree. She didn't fall from a tree. She came out from a home. She came out of a family, and our family must not, be neglected, or she shouldn't be cut off from her family. Because I see quite a number of people, whenever they go into marriage, they just cut off from their parent, cut off from sibling, cut off from everybody because you went into marriage. No, that is not good. That is very unhealthy, because all these people you are cutting off from, you may still need them, in future. You may never can tell. So keep the relationship. Your parent remains your parent. Honor them. Call them. Extend greetings to them. Don't deprive your wife the relationship she has with her parents before meeting you. As a matter of fact, you coming into her life, you move her closer to her parent, and not to make her, break away from her parent or break away from her siblings. I'm not saying that she should give priority to her parent or to her siblings. Your wife should give priority to her immediate family, which is our husband and our children. However, you should not neglect your parents, you should not neglect your siblings, or cut off from them just because you have gone into marriage. So please note that she did not fall from a tree. She did not drop down from wherever, or come out from a bush. She was born as you were born. She has, human connection. She has that strong tie, to someone, and you must respect that. You must respect her parent. You must let her see her parent or her people when she desires or she feels like seeing them, because it's part of the things that bring her happiness. You should not cut off, abruptly or suddenly, all the things that bring her joy or happiness just because you have come into her life. As a matter of fact, there are some women as well that if they don't go to the house of worship in a week, they are not themselves. They love to go to church or to mosque. Now, when you get married to them, if you cut that off their schedule or their daily routine, I tell you, you will not like it. So it's better you let her continue to do the things that brings her joy, the things that bring her sanity, emotional stability, the things that create happiness within her. So long those things are healthy, so long those things do not affect the peace of your marriage, the peace of your home, then you must be willing, to give her a free hand to do it. Now, another thing I want you to know as a man before going into marriage is that you are not you are not buying a slave. You are not getting a slave. What you are going to is you are going into marriage. Marriage is like you want to embark on a journey with another helper that will help you as a man to fulfill your purpose in life, while you are equally helping her to fulfill her own purpose in life. So you should not make everything about you. You being self-centered is just about you, and you care less about our own fulfillment in life. I want you to know that her fulfillment in life, is paramount to her, is equally paramount to God, and your own fulfillment in life is paramount to you and is equally paramount to God, because God is going to be asking each and every one of us what we did with the time and the talent He puts in us. So you cannot now say, oh, because she's a woman, because she's a wife, then she's maybe lesser to you, or she's a lesser human being to you. She's fully human, full-blooded human like yourself. So you must treat her as such, not as a slave, not as a rag, not as a mop, that you can trample upon, you can use anyhow. She has come as an helper, a helpmate to help you, to bring you support, to walk with you, to journey with you. So you need to treat her like that. Don't treat her like your house girl or like your maid. The days she's tired, there will be days in the marriage that she'll be tired. She won't be able to do anything. Be ready to make sure there's still food on the table. Be ready to fix the dinner. There are days that my husband will look at me and he'll say, this woman, she's tired. I don't think you should cook today. Oh yeah. By himself, he will go out there and organize, get things that we will eat so that I don't have to cook. So you must be ready to do that. You must be ready to study the mood or the countenance of your wife. Study the situation. Study don't just be in marriage. Study your wife, study her mood. What does she like? What makes her tired easily? What gets her hungry? What gets her upset? You must be willing to know all these things if you want to have a lasting marriage. It's not the time to come in with a mindset of, oh, I'm the boss, oh, I'm the boss, I do any you must respect father. She's also human. She's like you. She's not a slave. So walk with her. And before you know it, the marriage will be fulfilling. Before you know it, both of you will be, you'll be getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And please, do know that a time will come. Sex is good, but you can't be having sex every day. So what will be drawing you both closer, aside from the sex, is purpose. What you both do, share in common, what you both are working on. So make sure you both have a purpose you are working towards. Make sure you have life goals, life dreams, life ambition you both are working on, because I tell you, those are the things you'll be using your time to do every day. But you cannot be having sex every day. But those other days, you'll be using it to build yourself, build your life, build your dreams, build the life of your children. So you work together. Learn how to work together with the wife that you marry. Carry her along in your decision making. Do not neglect her. Do not relegate her. This is very important. And as you do this, God's blessing will be upon your life. Your marriage will become smooth, blissful. Just do the things that will bring you peace, that will bring the home peace. See, whenever it's like, you are unsettled in your mind, in your spirit, in your emotion, ask yourself, there must be something you are not doing right. Something is missing. Don't let your ego come in the way. Sometimes you may need to go apologize to her first. Yes, you may need to apologize to her first. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes you may need to find out why she's angry at you, why she's upset. You may need to walk up to her. You may need to take the first step. That is the honest truth. But don't say, I'm the man, I shouldn't do that. So I think I've said enough. This will help some of our men going into marriage, and the ones already married, this will also help you. So please make sure you watch this video, listen to it, share it with other men out there as well, so that you can learn from it. So I would like to stop here now, and please don't forget to leave us a like, leave us a comment, share your thoughts with us, let us know what you think about this topic. We would like to hear from you. I remain your host while I hand over to you. Till we meet again, I say bye.